Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. If you're here with me in the Discord or in the YouTube chat, go ahead and say what's up. Good morning to Vibe Trade Channel. Good morning, NQ Wolf. Ben Like RTR, Redberg, NQ Wolf, Sharmads, Dave Driss, Panchua, Nate Dog, DOGG, John Astro Nerd, Liquid Flows, Potamus, GW, Luna, Shady Lady, Cyrus, Mark, Mixter, Vibe Trade, Darren, Georgia Dog, Air Bear. Good morning, everybody. How we all doing? Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Ken. Good morning, Ava. Good morning, Futures Trading today. Good morning, GAD. Good morning, Ryan. Hey, Discount. Hey, Grateful Trader. Ripperoni. Good morning, good morning. Hey, good morning, Ricky, Dejan, Wu, Live in Harmony, Ricky, Joe, Vin. Good morning, Angia, Shahid, Mike, Caleb, David, Dan, Amir, Alexander. Good morning, Rhonda, Dana, Nikos, Alejandro, Avi, sorry. Good morning, Angia, Trade for Pay. Good morning, Alfredo. Good morning, Half Choli. Good morning, Antonio. Travis, Franny, Angelo, Raul, Quinn, Donnie, G-Lines, Carl, Kentucky, Grounds Hero, JW, AI, Matching You. Good morning, Turnip Truck. Lucas, Jonathan, Q Mendez, Kirk, Angia, Tony, Alex, Big Kahuna, Enzo, Marcello, Anna, Maverick, Marco, Marlon, Richard, Shane, Isaiah, Scott. Hey, everybody. How we doing? Will, Mike, Keith, David, Luke, Fred, Dash. Good morning, Joffrey. We are bouncing from that Clubhouse level of 407 right now. We are bouncing on up after a nice little morning fade. I saw some folks in here catching that fade here in the Clubhouse. Myself, I haven't taken any trades. There's my P&L right there. I haven't taken any trades yet this morning. I want to see how heavy this bounce is. So we don't have any news early this morning. We are not going to have any news out early in the session this morning. We're not going to have any 8:30 news that's coming out. We do have our friend, the Redbook retail sales that are going to be due out at 8:55 today. But as we know, the Redbook retail sales haven't moved the markets in ages. So it's probably not going to do that at all this morning either. So we're going to have to take a little bit of a pause in anticipation for news. Look at that, rejecting off those 411s right now. Take a little bit of a pause in anticipating the news because the real biggest print today, we have one big print. Anybody know what the big print is today? Hey, Julius, I can't even ask a question. Julius is on the ball today this morning. We have the JOLTS job openings for February. Julius got it right away. It's the JOLTS job openings out at 10 a.m. today. That's the big print of the day. Big print of the day is going to be the JOLTS. And that's going to be the big one today. But not only that, we have, for the first time in a long time, nothing but Fed speak today, and it's all voting members. And also we get Muslim is going to be accepting their tenure as president for the St. Louis Fed Bank. They're going to be the president of the St. Louis Fed Bank there. So we have a lot of speakers today. I'm not sure when Muslim is going to be speaking. Is it Muslim or Muslim? It's a new one. It's a new one, but we have voters, voting members of the Fed speaking all day today, starting at 10. That's going to be Ms. Michelle Bowman, who's going to be speaking at 10 a.m. She's going to be speaking, doing a virtual conference. There's going to be no Q&A for that one, but I do expect her to speak on the economy. At noon, we have John Williams, who's going to be speaking. Is she at 10:10? Thank you, Julius. On the ball today. Thank you. Fed Williams is going to be speaking at noon today, and 12:05 we get Loretta Mester speaking from the Cleveland Fed's YouTube channel. John Williams also has a live stream available for that as well, and Mary Daly is going to be speaking after Loretta Mester at 1:30 p.m. So again, 10:10, noon, 12:05. And 1:30 today. Those are going to be our Fed speakers on the docket. Folks, do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that like button right down below the video. If we get to 1,200 likes today, we will end up giving away a free Top Step Combine. That's not a discount, not a reset, not not a Top Step X deal. This is going to be a free Top Step combine that you can use on any platform you want. If you want to use it on Top Step X, if you've been selected for Top Step X, you can use it there. But yeah, it's a free Top Step combine that we're going to be giving out. And we do have a limited time to get there because I have to get ready for the Top Step TV Fast Market segment. That's going to be the one time I'm on Top Step TV this week. And moving forward, that's my schedule. My NQ Wolf is booing that idea. So I'm going to be on Top Step TV today. And that's going to be at that's going to be right at about 9:25 or so Eastern time, 8:25 Chicago time. So that's what I'm going to be on Top Step TV today, and I'm going to be on for the Fast Market segment. But that's my only time I'm going to be on this week. And that's it. And then moving forward, we're going to be on every single Tuesday for Fast Markets, and then maybe a power hour here and there. But we're cutting down the Top Step TV appearances tremendously, so I can focus more time here in the Discord trading with you folks. And yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be a much better schedule, much better for my mental, because it was very, very taxing to do that. So I'm looking to the short side here. If these 400s are going to break, we have room down to 365, even though this is kind of where we bottomed out on Wednesday, the 27th of March. This is a precarious spot. I would have liked to be short, up in the 430s or all the way up at 469 at our other Clubhouse level. But yeah, I'm kind of waffling in between this. This is also where the S&Ps were kind of bottoming out on the 27th. So there is a lot of liquidity resting here. It might be better to just kind of hold off and wait until we see this tape kind of develop a little bit more here. But yeah, so Top Step TV today, and that's going to be it for the entire week. Going forward for the rest of the week, we're going to be live here on YouTube every single morning at 8 o'clock Eastern time here in the morning. And we will continue to do giveaways as long as we get the likes for it. Remember, so 1,200 likes today gets us the free Top Step Combine. 500 likes gets us a poll. So it's going to be pretty easy for you folks to win some stuff this morning. Very, very easy. We're kind of bouncing here, just waffling around. I do expect we have to find a lot of tremendous sellers to get through this level. And the problem is that if we had news at 8:30, I could see that happening. But the problem is that we don't really have any news that's coming out. So it's going to be troublesome to find that much liquidity to break through such a strong area down here. We had Grateful Trader here in the Discord talking about it. We had these 390s, which isn't an MC level, but still, it's appreciant. I appreciate that you were looking out for that, Grateful Trader, because it shows a lot about, what you're learning with liquidity and market structure. But yeah, 390s are a kind of a tough level here to break through, because you can see that we have that confluence also in the S&Ps, that we have the confluence in the NQ here. And so, it's a thick level here. It's a very thick level here. So we'll have to see whether or not we can break through, and I don't know if we're going to have the liquidity to have it. Hoop says, think the bull run is over in the NQ. It very well could be. I provide levels every single day on all of the Mag 7. Well, not all of the Mag 7, but a lot of different stocks here. And it's interesting to watch how they're kind of ebbing and flowing. Yesterday, the star of the show was Google, but it's already kind of giving back some of those gains here early in the pre-market. And it was really kind of doing it on air. And I can't imagine that people were rotating out of NVIDIA into Google. Google obviously expanding their partnership by offering their AI assistant to Apple, because Apple can't figure out how to make Siri any better, which the amount of money that Apple has, the amount of cash that Apple has, it's kind of mind-blowing that they haven't been able to go deeper into artificial intelligence. That's kind of a big surprise to me. And looking at, them kind of looking for Google's Gemini AI assistant to be part of their repertoire, it doesn't really, I don't know, it seems kind of off to me. It's definitely a surprise. It wasn't on my bingo card, but it is interesting to see that Google is kind of pushing up and the rest of the Mag 7 are kind of pushing down here. And we're seeing kind of, NVIDIA feels like the party's over, at least temporarily, but we're at these low levels here where if we did see a break below in NVIDIA, we have room down to around, 860, 850s or so. And then we have another lower area of liquidity down there. I'm not sold, because Hoop was the one who said in chat here that the bull run's over. I'm not completely sold that unless we were to continue to sell off below those levels, I'm not really sold that it's over until then. I want to see NVIDIA cratering below 800 before I make that call. I want to see Apple below 165. I want to see Meta below 475. I want to see Tesla below 160s. I want to see Microsoft back below 400s. Those are the numbers where I'd want to see that I could confidently say that, we're rotating out of that. The bull run in tech is over. I think we're a far way away from making that call, at least. And I'd want to see, the S&Ps is a tall order. I'd want to see the S&Ps confidently below 5,200. And even more so, I'd like them to be trading below 5,175. That's what I'd really, really like to see there. For me to have that vote of confidence that the bull run is over. The good news about that is that if Hoop is right here and the bull run is over, there's a lot of room to the downside in this. And we could end up into a cycle where we have sort of a spring lull where we come down, a summer pause, and then we have sort of a fall rally here into Q3 and Q3, Q4. It could be really, really interesting. So, I'm here for it. It's tough for me to make that definitive call just yet. It looks to me more so that, I'm not even seeing that this is looking like a sector rotation or anything. It just seems to me like this is a little bit of kind of like a hangover from the highs. And we're just kind of finding to see whether or not, if this is a safe haven for money still, there's still a lot of money on the sidelines. I understand we're at all-time highs. We're pumped up. But I'm not sold on the idea that we're going to roll over just yet. So what is the indicator over here? This is just hourly high, hourly low. I think there's a lot of ways that you can actually get this type of indicator on NinjaTrader. This is a custom one, of course, but I'm pretty sure that you can get like channels. You can get any kind of indicator. As long as you're setting it to remap it by the hourly high, hourly low, you can have the same thing on your chart. But I just like to have it at a bird's eye view. It really gives me a nice little view of the market here. And I've just been accustomed to looking at it. So that's pretty much the only indicator that I have on my NinjaTrader chart there. It looks like it wants to sweep the previous week low. Yeah. So, it can go down there. What's the low there? We're looking at, what's the low there? Is that, keeps moving. 78 halves, 378 halves. Is that where you're looking there? Who was that? John Williams. Is that what you're looking at there? It's 378 halves. It could potentially get down there. But, if we get down there, I would think that we'd probably push a little bit harder. If we have the liquidity to break through down into that area, I would think that we're probably going to push it down to around that 365 quarters MC level. Going over here. I don't know why I didn't have the chart up. But let's see. Let's go to like the hourly here. I would see that, we could potentially, I'm going to go ahead and mark that off just in case. If we're going to push down there, I would think that we'd want to get contracting some liquidity down here, because if you're looking at the candles when we're forcing ourselves down into this area, we had a lot of buyers, and then, we don't have sort of the equal release up here in this area. So I would say that it's pretty likely that we could come down here, tuck below that level, maybe contract some liquidity down here, and then find our way back up into this channel up here. I think that that's where we'd want to be. That's where the pricing of the market is comfortable, bearing any kind of bad news. And I know that we've lost a lot of this momentum. And if we're looking at, I'll go over to a clean chart over here. If we're looking at what we were drawing last week, we're in this same area of liquidity where the market was very comfortable to be auctioning around here. We've broken down from this channel. So it comes down into this area. If we're going to break below that channel, it's pretty likely that we're going to come into this 334 and 3/4 level. And I think that's where most of the liquidity would be received there on the bid side. And that would be where we're going to build up a lot of strength and then potentially find our way back into this channel right here. And I think this is where the market wants to be most comfortable, unless we have some really negative jobs data that is saying that the Fed is, there's a lot of people already that are saying that the Fed's not even going to cut rates this year. And look, we're up against the clock, right? There's a big clock that's ticking right now, whether or not the Fed is going to cut rates. And when is the next meeting? Like 34 days away. What is where we are breaking below those 400s again. We are 29 days away. Wow, that was fast. It's going to be the May meeting, May 1st of May. We're going to have that meeting. And right now we're looking at, we're coming down here. Right now we're looking at a 95.7% chance of a pause here, according to the Fed funds rates. So, the markets are pricing in rate cuts though. We're pricing in 3 this year. And, it's interesting because if we come to May and then Jerome Powell does like a crazy about face, comes out and says, Maybe we don't even cover it. Something crazy like that. Things could get really, really wild. Is anybody short the NQ right now? God, it's so hard for me to trust this with no news here. Nice Luna. There we go. Liquid Flows is short. Grateful Traders short. Nate Dogg just hit their TP. Yeah, it's tough for me to trust this to the short side right now. Simply because I'm just not seeing. I mean, it's a very wide spread right now, which I don't like. It's lower participation. Again, I'm not a huge fan of that. And it's just difficult for me to trust that when we sweep down like that, we can run into, how big was this bid here? It's about 400 or so contracts there. It's very tough for me to trust this where we don't have a lot of news. And, the signature of how we see this, right? First of all, we judge how much, what's the market looking for here? The market's looking for data. We have a lot of data today in the way of Fed speakers and the JOLTS jobs data. That's going to be very, very important. The JOLTS job openings. I mean, this week is all about employment. We have NFP this week as well, but JOLTS is kind of the precursor to that. So the market's looking for that data. We know that. We know that the market doesn't have any data at 8:30. We know that the speakers are not going to start speaking this morning that I'm aware of. Let me check my schedule again. Sometimes they throw in some surprise speakers. Yeah, nothing. So yeah, 10:10 is the first speaker, and that's going to be Miss Michelle Bowman. But yeah, so the market's looking for data. We don't have that data. So what happens? The liquidity providers, they know this, and they know that any one person can come in. Like for instance, if I had an account with $10 million in it, I could come in and put a buy limit order for 4,000 contracts here, at 390s. That's going to change things up, and the liquidity providers they're not going to battle that. They're not going to try to sell through that. It would be pretty strange to see that. So when you see these environments where we don't have a lot of news that's coming out, you have to anticipate, okay, what are these market makers looking for? Are they providing liquidity at these levels? Is it thick liquidity? Or are they having very decently wide spreads with lower liquidity? Right now, you're looking at a spread of about, $2.50 on either side, maybe even $3 on either side with single print liquidity. And that's lower liquidity. And to me, that is signifying that we could go up, we could go down. There's not really a directionality in the market right now. And the only thing that's going to push or pull this is a large player either selling the market or buying the market. And that to me is less predictable. And that to me is why if I'm looking to take a trade here, it's going to be on lower size, or I'm going to not take a trade at all. And if I'm taking the trade on lower size, I have to have the expectation that one player can come in and move this liquidity around. It's indicative of what we saw sort of last week in very, very low liquidity in that type of environment where if you don't have a lot of liquidity, it's tougher to produce a valid predictive environment where you can look at the price action and say it's very likely that the price is going to meander to this level. All it takes is one player to disrupt that. You could have one single player that says, we're gonna put on a TWAP right now to buy 2,000 contracts over the next 20 minutes. There's nothing you can do to stop that. We are in a downtrend right now, and that's kind of what you'd want to favor. You'd want to favor the downtrend. But again, you can have iceberg players stepping up here, which is kind of what we saw at these 395s, 394s. You have iceberg players stepping up, and you can't see them coming, and we don't have enough liquidity that we could break through that. So, it's one of those markets where it's a difficult one to trade. And usually sometimes in this type of environment, it's better to not trade that, right? Do you consider VIX at all in the trade setup? Yeah, VIX is important. It's important because it's going to kind of gauge how much volatility we can expect in the session. And, it's also, people call it the fear indicator. VIX is hot, the market wants to run down. A lot of different ways that you can factor it into your trading, but you want to have volatility as a trader, right? You want to have volatility. Someone call a 50 Lot King in Chicago. Somebody needs to hit up MP. I wonder if he's going to be on Fast Markets today. He's been super busy. I haven't seen him on Top Step TV lately. I didn't check yesterday's Fast Markets. I don't know if he was on or not, but we'll have to see. Maybe he'll be on Trading the House account there. But you can see what I'm talking about here. As I'm speaking, you can see this push and pull of liquidity is just on very, very small size. We're seeing single prints. We're seeing very small size there. He was on. Okay, cool. Hey, Rips, can a beginner trader join Market Clubhouse Discord, or is it more for expert traders? It's beginner traders, newer traders, veteran traders. Everybody's looking for the same goal here, to become a better trader. And that kind of quest for being a better trader really never ends. I'm 10 years into my journey and I'm still trying to be a better trader every single day. Look at how wide these spreads are. Boy, I hate that. So he was on yesterday. Okay, cool. Yeah, Harat, I would say that, come check it out for those 7 days. See if it's a good fit for you. See if you get along with our community in here. And if you don't, you're out 7 days of your time. And if you find it being a great place, then hey, there you go. Wow, look at how thin this is. You're trying to buy that for a bounce, and then you get that really thin move down to 395, and then we're right back up to 398. This is what we're talking about. We talk about a 3-point spread here either way. That just did a little shimmy and shake, 3 points either way. And if you're running a really tight stop, it can be super frustrating to trade this range in this zone here. He was on yesterday, took an L, said he was shaking off the rust. There you go. Yeah, shaking off the rust. Yeah, he's been super busy. Not trading. I think he's been very, very busy with meetings and running his company versus being able to trade. So yeah, definitely shaking off a little bit of rust there. 8:30 Chicago Fed National Activity Index. I don't have that on my schedule. Let me just double check here. Let me check trading economics. I don't have it on my main schedule. And what about my regular schedule here? Not seeing that at all. Is anybody else seeing the 8:30 Chicago Fed National Activity Index like Ricky is? I'm not seeing that anywhere on my end here. Interesting. I don't have it on any of my news platforms there. It's on TradingView calendar. Yeah, no news at 8:30. Maybe check your date or your time zone. That's strange. Maybe you're in next week or the prior week. I'm not sure. But yeah, is what I'm saying about the liquidity making sense, since we're kind of seeing what I'm talking about unfolding here? Is this making sense why this is kind of the thing where you'd want to avoid a trade in this area if you're looking for a bigger picture idea, right? Does that make sense? You could be right. You can be absolutely correct, of course, but you can be like, you want to buy the bottoms here because we're going to have a reversal. Yeah, sure. You may end up being correct, but you want to enter the market when you have high probabilistic chances to make it happen. Let's see here. Liquid flows. Anybody get this 8:30? Yeah, see, I'm not seeing the 8:30 thing. Yeah, I'm not seeing it at all. So yeah, I'm not sure what you're seeing. Who was that? Who was that? That was Ricky. I don't think anybody's seen that. Check the date of your schedule there on TradingView's calendar. So Ribs, how do you trade the liquidity? Do you target it, or what exactly? Hope I make sense. Well, I mean, in an environment like this, it's just better to be on no trade because it's so difficult to trade. Imagine if you were actually trading the real live market here versus having simulated combine or simulated XFA trades. If you're trading this in a real market, imagine trying to move in and out of a 5 contract position. Even that is going to serve you with some difficulty here. I mean, looking over at Bookmap, you see what we're talking about here? Look at the movement of this. And you can see this is lacking liquidity. We have single prints up and down here. This is very difficult stuff to trade. And how do we spot this? Well, we know that there's no 8:30 news coming. There's no announcements. There's nothing really moving around the market. And then also on top of that, we're at a very precarious area of the market where it's kind of bottomed out in this area before. And same thing goes for a lot of, we have confluence in this area. We have confluence in NQ, Apple, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, S&Ps, NQ. All of these things are all sort of at the same level where the last time we were here, we found some bids. We're in a downtrend, but we also don't have enough sellers right now, volume-wise, that could carry us through a strong level. So what you have is liquidity providers kind of pulling back from this area and saying, well, there's no catalyst for a lot of movement here unless we have one player jumping up. And if that's the case, these algorithms are automated to transact that liquidity in a way that it's favorable to them. They'll back off from the spreads, or they'll have really, really wide spreads, and they'll kind of have like sort of a bracket, and they'll make a market that's in a much wider environment. And that's what they'll do to intercept larger players. Once big, consistent volume starts to come in, regular scheduled volume, market open volume or the like, when that starts to come in, the algorithms change in the way that they transact that liquidity. So, hey everybody, is there a way to not have a delay in the YouTube stream? I have like a 5-second delay. You can watch it on 2x speed, which will catch you up, Alfredo. Or, here's the plug. You come on into the Market Clubhouse Discord, where there is a 0 latency. It's the same stream, but you don't have any latency. There's the plug. But yeah, I mean, it's difficult for me to take a trade, even though, I like this bottoming out because of all the reasons why it should. I like the fact that we don't have enough sellers to get down here. There's a lot of different reasons that tell them to click the live and it will catch them up. Yeah, also click the live button. There's that too. You can watch it 2x speed or click the live button. But yeah, and it's one of those things where I'd like to take a long out of here. I'd like to try to get this bounce special, kind of where we were kind of bottoming out last Wednesday. I would like to see that, but I'm probably not going to take the trade. But do remember, folks, if we get up to 1,200 likes, we have about 1,300 of you folks watching here. If we get up to 1,200 likes, we will actually give away a free Top Step Combine, which I'd love to do. So make it easy for me. Make it easy for me. And on that note, I think I'm going to take a little quick restroom break. Let's see if we get a bathroom pump or a bathroom dump. What do we see? Let's do a quick little vote here. Bathroom dump. There you go. All right, vote away on that poll, and I'll be right back with you folks here. Okay, what do we do here? We got a pump. So who caught that long off the Cool. So ending the poll here. Let's see. I think the pumps have it. I know you folks didn't cheat on that poll, right? Nobody cheated, right? Look at that. You folks caught it, though. The unknown trader says 2x speed is great. After a few minutes, you're ahead of the stream and you can see what he's going to do in the future. Oh, that's a nice little life hack right there. Long from 408, but I was chasing with a poor entry. It's okay. That's why they're called future. We have a bunch of press releases that are coming out right now. I miss that market where we were just trading off of press releases. Those were the good old days, back before everything was just fed and these morning news releases. It was a very, very different market. We are bouncing here. Got hammered, increased size, and hit daily loss limit in 5 accounts. I'm sorry to hear that. Was it tilt that led you to increase your size? You have to think about what caused that to happen there, right? I want to be very, very careful. Yeah. Don't, it's really easy to get upset with the market. It's really easy to get angry and start busting in some size. It rarely ends well. You want to try to avoid that as much as possible. It rarely ends well. Revenge trading and, doing that whole thing. Along the 396 level. Very cool. Is that, do you have Bookmap set up there in that fashion? Is that Bookmap or is that one of those? Is that like Quan Tower there? Buck Rogers? Could be anything, right? You could probably have Bookmap looking like that if you wanted to. If it's not Bookmap, I'm not sure what it is, but looks kind of like it. Could be Quant Tower, could be Jigsaw. Both long and short got killed. I'm sorry. Sierra Charts. There you go. Oh boy, Sierra Charts. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. That's one. That's what I had TPOs on. TPOs were on Sierra Charts. Yep. Low liquidity days are hard. Every time you enter, it pops around, has no follow through. Yes. And this is why I wanted to kick off the stream this morning with talking about how we can avoid these things, right? Look at that. Straight back down from the 413s all the way down to 400s with no breaks. Just straight down. Yeah. About face. See, see, there you go. This is why we avoid this stuff. This is why if we look at my P&L right now, where is it? There it is. No trades. Cash is a position, as they say. And the more that we can avoid this environment. Also, too, if you get the trade right, if you can scale out a little bit, get a little bit of money for your time, and then maybe put your stop back at break even, maybe that's a play, right? Buenos dias. Good morning, Fixman. Good to see you. Yeah, super duper whippy right now. We got some liquidity up there above those 410s and then straight back down, back into these 395s here. Trade up to tag yesterday's low, then wham. Was that? Let's see. What's the low here? 14 and a half. Yeah, just about, right? Came up, tapped it, and this market makers suck. I'm with you, Jeff. This is so thankfully we're not doing this like we were last week. This is not how the market is going to be for the whole day, especially since we have the JOLTS job openings at 10. If I see liquidity coming into the market, I'm going to try to trade it. If I don't see liquidity in the market today, I'm either going to trade very small or not at all. I don't anticipate being a no trade today because we have Fed speakers on deck. The JOLTS job openings should add a lot of liquidity. By the way, if I didn't even already bring it up, we also have a big amount of speakers for the remainder of the week. We do have the ADP non-farm employment change numbers on Wednesday tomorrow. We have 3 voters and a non-voter speaking tomorrow. On Thursday, we have, what is that, 6 speakers, 7 speakers? Wowzers. 7 speakers or 6 speakers on 7. Yeah, 7 speakers on Thursday. On Friday, we have 4 speakers. Anybody catch us to the short side? I mean, somebody's long, they're right for a little bit, and then the shorts have it. How long have I lived in North Korea? It has been 84 years, I believe. Just about. But yeah, curious if anybody caught the short there from those above 410s there. Anyone catch anything out there? How there was no entry. Yeah, I mean, this is just, wow, look at that. So here's what I want you to observe as well. This is a teachable moment. You see, the moment that we started that pull down, you can see right here, the moment that started to pull down, we had a big amount of liquidity coming up. Not because they actually want to receive that, but in case that if we have a big player that pumps up and gathers that liquidity this is how these algorithms work. Somebody was supplying the buy side here, and the moment that they're supplying that bid, they are already up on the offer in case somebody up jumps the boogie there, so they can dump what they just took on the bid side because they're providing the liquidity. Think about this. When they dump like that, the reason why these thick orders show up is because they want to flip out of that into a profit almost immediately. And you can see that in Bookmap because their signature is left behind. Isn't that something? That is how these liquidity providers work. They don't do their jobs for free. This is what happens. They sweep down, they take all that liquidity, and they say, hot potato, we got to get rid of that stuff. And so here they are, ready to provide more liquidity to the top side, but at a profit. That's how that works. And there they are. They're just dancing around up there. Just dancing. Just dancing there. Unfortunately, I caught a deadly virus called tilt. I had it for 2 years. I couldn't get rid of it. There was no cure, no remedy for me. Up jumps the boogie. Yes, that is a correct trading term. Actually, it is a very accurate trading term there. As gold nugget of info about those algos. That's what we're here for, right? To drop all of that delicious gold nugget info right there. And you get big enough to trade like that, provide the liquidity. I'm not sure as easy as it sounds. Yeah, it's that's their job. That's their job as the market makers to make a fair and efficient market. And there are some market makers that are probably currently offside that are net long and taking some heat. And they want to provide liquidity. They want to stop that train. They want to flip out of that liquidity. But it's also going to be a rush to nab that liquidity to the top side there. So we are coming down towards that 378 halves level. We'll have to see whether or not they bounce there. I'm still not super interested in taking a trade here yet. Not super duper interested just yet. But congratulations to anybody who caught that to the short side. Now we are coming down. So this is going to be the prior week low that we're running into here. And you can see that over here on TradingView. This is what we're looking to run into here. Started futures a year ago. Unlike small caps, I'm learning how news, events, and announcements affect tradings. Thanks, Rips, for your daily fundamentals and sharing of information for free. So what I'm here for, FA. Good to see you. Love that you're very supportive of the stream. And by the way, if you want to be supportive of the stream, very easy to do it. Smash the like button right down below there. Liquid Flow says, send it lower. And there we go. Tickle, tickle. We are into the prior week low there. And so if the S&P does actually break this down, boy, oh boy, does it get speedy to the downside. I'm curious if we're actually going to tag into those 65 quarters here. Yeah, still wasn't interested in catching this to the short side here as much as we are dumping. Still wasn't super interested in catching this to the short side because it's tough. It's tough on the lower liquidity environment for me. Morning, Rips. Can you explain how one might use the MOC delta number provided by TopSet for a trade, how to interpret the data? So right now we have a negative 7,000 delta in the NQ, negative 27,000 in the S&Ps. And so what that says is that we have an offset of sellers towards buyers. So right now it's kind of offset. we're shortchanged about 7,000 in that delta. That's going to change on market open because this is since yesterday's market open, and it's congruent with what the market's doing because we're dumping. So there's no real clues that we can use there. But the MOC is different from the delta, right? So there's MOC and then there's delta. I'm not sure about the MOC delta. There's just an MOC number, and that's going to tell you market on close. What's the offset we have? I guess you're thinking of that like delta to the buy side, delta to the short side. There's not really a lot of information you can do that because there's algorithms that are going to match those orders. It's good to know that, whether or not it's positive or negative, but to use that to guide your trades, a lot of people have been looking to that as sort of a strategy, and I haven't found one that actually works. It's just a number to know, and there we are down to that 65 quarters level there. So do we bounce here is the question. Do we actually bounce here? And this is coinciding with the same thing over at the S&Ps. We haven't yet broke the last week's low in the S&Ps there. But yeah, don't concern yourself so much with the MOC. It's not that big of a deal. It's really not. It's just, it could be a lot of noise. I haven't seen any really amazing strategies that you can employ with it. Like, for instance, there's some people where they start paying attention to the MOC and all of a sudden they start to see, it's MOC to the buy side and maybe the market rallies on close. And then they do it again, the market rallies on that close. We are breaking down that 65 quarters now. Wow, tremendously hard there. Let's see if we have any kind of push up and a potential for a reversal here. I'm kind of curious if we can get up towards 65 to put on a trade, but a lot of liquidity just getting sliced through to the downside here when we're running into, what's the S&Ps? Where do we want to see this at? We want to see this below 84 halves. So 84 halves, and we just almost ran right into it there. Get that buttoned on right there. Yeah, very, very close to running right into that. This is where I catch FOMO, called the move, but didn't hold long enough. Then my 800 feels like peanuts. Don't do that. You made $800 more than me. Come on. You're always going to be unhappy if you're always looking to see what you could have made. I mean, imagine if you had 15 contracts max short and XFAs copied across three ways all the way up from the 500s. You'd be up a whole mess of money. There's always going to be more money that you can make in the markets, but it's not worth it's not worth chasing that FOMO. Coulda, woulda, shouldas don't pay the bills. Computer just shut off for the flush. It was too strong. Too many gigahertz in the flush there. Wow, look at this. We are graced with the presence of Mr. Nick Dolby. Can we give it up for Dolby in chat here? The Top Step TV legend. Welcome to the party here, Dolby. Wow, right through the 50s now. Apple is breaking down. Microsoft broke down on a key level. It's just so tough to trust it short on this down level here. We get a pump back up to around 55 or so. Maybe we could catch a little bit of the unwind. But yeah, very difficult for me to trust this down here. And it is surprisingly, we're getting these big dumps, but then, just lower liquidity here. I'd like to see some push back up towards 55 or 60 and then capping on a short there, but I'm just going to try a continuation trade here. If we do push back up to 55, then I could add there. I have a stop at 59. And we could all go all the way back up to 65 as well. And that's why I have a stop at 59 just in case. Let's see if we actually have room, because we're testing. We're right at the S&P weekly. We're right into it, right? We can see that over here. We're right into it, and that's where we're bouncing. So if we have kind of a weak bounce from this area, then this could be a tremendous break. But you folks know how I like to trade. I like to trade the breakouts, breakdowns. So this would be a tremendously speedy breakdown if we actually broke below this level. With some strength there, watching at these 50s now. And Nick Dolby in the chat here. Good to see you, buddy. There we go. Breaking below the 50s. I'm going to try a cheeky little ad here. Seeing if we can actually bust loose. Again, right at those 50s. The more liquidity that we gather here, the more likely it is that we're going to pump back up. But if we break this level, which we're doing right now on the S&Ps, good chance we could get speedy. So watching here. Nice little push down. Let's see if we can break these 40s now. Nice, break through the 40s there. S&Ps are dumping here. This is exactly what we want to see. I cover one right there. Make sure I'm getting paid something. Move my stop to break even. Yeah, so that was the trigger point below that level, but this is where you run into the idea that we could potentially bounce. All right, we had that beautiful sweep low below the 40s there. This is where it gets very tricky that we could bounce. But if we come back up to, say, 45 and we're met with weakness, I could add into that. But it's more likely than not that we'll get stopped out there. But that was a nice little continuation trade. Sometimes you do have to chase price down, but I wasn't barreling into that by any means. And looking for this to hold below 45s. Try a little add here if we do. Right now they are taking that liquidity as they're being put up on the offer, so I don't trust an add just yet. I want to see the tape turn for me to do an add here. Watching. S&Ps need to reject that 62 level. Getting a little heavy here. A little bit heavy. Putting in a little bit of a higher low here. So let's see if we auction below 45. If we do, tap below 40, and then we send it into the 30s. So watching here on this pushback up to 45. Again, not a lot of confidence in an add up here. Our stop being right at 47 3/4. Watching. Okay, there's that tap on the 40s. Very low liquidity. Doesn't want to roll. Doesn't want to do it. Let's see here. I feel like if MP was short 50 lots right now, we could break these 40s and get much lower. I'm just watching here. What an unwind, though. NVIDIA's looking for 890s. And they're still selling these 40s, but you see that buyer stepping in right there just below 40s. They couldn't find sellers below it just yet. Running into that thinner liquidity issue again. There we go. Nice. Right below 35 there. We're about 10 minutes from the top of the hour as well. You can see how thin it is down here, right? You can see how absolutely thin this price action is. It's kind of getting me to want to like flip from 45 down to 35. Wow, look at that. Super thin. What timer is that? That's just a bar timer. And since I'm on a 30-second chart over there, it's a 30-second bar timer. That's all. 34 lots here, right at 37. Just watching to see. This is so thin. I mean, this is such a wide band of liquidity here, and it's so thin. I don't expect this to break, but we'll see. I'll be happily surprised here because, below here is a lot of pain. We have room all the way back down to, let's say, 52.23 halves, or what is it, 53 halves? Yeah, 52.53 halves in the S&Ps. You can see they want to sell this, but we have to find, there we go, nice push. Looking below 40s now. Ooh, it's getting thick there. Somebody wants to get paid. Somebody's closing a bigger short position down there. Volume is increasing as we're trying to push the issue. Let's see if we have a very light push up here above 40. I could try a little flipperoo. Watching here. Looking over the S&P too. I want to see confluence. It's just kind of holding the line here, isn't it? Yeah, it's getting tighter. Consolidating a little bit down here at these lows. Somebody just needs to breathe on it. And then it breaks. Ooh, I do like that though. Somebody defending the 40s here in the NQ. Let's see how heavy that defense is though. Watching here at 38. Amazon looks like it wants to break lower too. This is beautiful confluence that we're seeing right now. Nice work, Nate Dogg. Up $1,100. So our stop is still at 47.75. I have a big old shelf of volume that's developing here right around 40. Nice whole number. S&Ps feel like they don't want to go anymore yet. Little slight uptick in the S&Ps. Let's see on this bounce if we can find a little bit of an ad here. Doing a little ad here. See if we can have a break below 40s now. And sell side pressure may have evaporated, but if we can break below the 40s, I can try to tag this and flip it. So watching here, right below the 40s, S&P's testing that 61 level again. Looking for a little tag and flip below the 40s. Adding one more there since we're so close to our stop. Kind of becomes a free trade. And it stopped out there. That's about break even. Let's see if we do get a rejection. My stop might have been a little bit tight. I'm going to get back on there. I move my stop right there. 51. My stop was just a little bit too tight. So watching here, we have about 7 minutes till the top of the hour. There's those 40s again. Yeah, we do have Redbook retail sales that are coming out, but it should not move the market. I'd be shocked if it did move the market. S&P is still looking a little bit weak here. Seeing if we can add on any kind of push up. It's interesting, the spread is pretty lofty to the top side. As if they want it to pop up and run just a little bit only to slam it. So watching here. Now, I don't think Redbook is going to affect the market at all. Still holding at these 40s, adding into that for this break below. If we actually break below 37, this could be tremendously strong here to the downside. Adding to that, looking for this to carry down. Watching here. Want to do an ad above 40 if we can get that. And data's out in about 5 seconds here. Redbook retail sales up 5.2%. As expected, not much movement from that. Through the 40s adding into that. Looking for this to dump now below 35 here. Watching here. Tap, tap on 35. There's that blow through. Looking for 30s to trade now. Watching here. Beautiful. Covering half right there. Gorgeous move. Taking one more out here on the bid. Filled that one. Now looking for 30 crack here. There's that 30 crack. Big liquidity below it though. S&Ps are starting to roll here. We saw that coming though. Week at 61s, right? Couldn't be the only one who saw that. I'm going to cover the rest there. Not bad. All right, so that's putting us on the board here for a total profit of $1,890. There we go. Not too shabs. Anybody else catch that there to the downside? Nice little tuck and roll under those 30s there. I feel like that was a good read. Not too shabs. Nice. Done before open. Isn't that a great feeling when you're done trading before the open? I tell you, there's nothing better, right? Nice job, everybody. Yeah, so here's what I saw, right? I'm going to go over the book map. This is my exit right there. Do you see that? That to me is the big exit door. Even if this does come lower, I'm scalping, right? I'm not trading for the day. I had a funny comment yesterday on one of my videos. Somebody messaged, they said, I don't really get what you're doing. How are you both long and short in the same day? Isn't it better to just look at the overall trend and trade it? It's like, huh? What? I didn't even know how to answer the question. I didn't even understand it. It's like, why would you be long and short in the same day? I mean, I don't know, because I like money, because I enjoy trading. I don't know. I guess you pick one direction, you have to stick with it. But yeah, that was my exit door right there when we see that kind of liquidity pumping its chest out. I was stunned. I was like staring at the question, and then I realized I'd been staring at it for like 60 seconds, and I was just like, okay, like, why am I wasting my time? I was trying to come up with an answer, and I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna leave that one. Like I didn't like, how do you even answer that? Why would you be long and short in the same day? I don't know, because it's called trading. That was asked on Trade TSTV 2 yesterday. Interesting. Oh, goodness. But yeah, look at that. Double bottoming now at that level. Isn't that something? So if you use Bookmap, that to me is a big red exit door right there. That's like, get out of your short, because we're going to bounce. Scalping, right? Not long-term trading. Ribsism. Head on the swivel. I love that. Thank you, Trader Page. Stonks only go up. Any recommendations for antiperspirant for the whole body? Trade futures. I don't know. Antiperspirant for the whole body? Just bathe in a melted deodorant stick. Did you go long then? No, I did not. I covered my short. I think that's one thing that holds back most traders. Their daily bias hinders them from taking positions in other directions. Yeah, I mean, obviously I've been caught up with bias before. It happens. But you want to try to ignore that as much as possible. I mean, I went into today with very low expectations, right? This is the only trade that I took today. I missed the bulk of that move to the downside because I didn't like the thin liquidity. Once we started moving, that's some tape that I can start to trade and attack. Get that short from here to here, and we get that bounce and short and cover. Bing, boom, bam. Just like that. Is this for a full-time gig or have any other ways of income? You're watching it right now. It's this in the YouTube stream that you're watching right now. Don't be married to one bias. I see that you asked that question multiple times, Sean. Not really sure why we're so concerned about that question. He sells t-shirts and makes millions. There you go. Steven nailed it. Thank you, Steven. I sell t-shirts and I make millions of dollars selling t-shirts to traders on YouTube. Made $1,100 total on a 50K combine, locked out to the next combine. Nice one. Surgical surge in the building here. Has market open timing changed? It feels like it, right? Oh, you probably are experiencing a little time change on your end. Honestly, Rips, I find it absurd that you sell merch for $80 a tee. That was for you. That was a special discount off the regular $500 a t-shirt pricing. Are you selling the Ninja Trader indicator? I'm not. There's got to be a free one out there. Oh my holy. Whoa, hold on. Slow down. Somebody. All right, slow down, folks. Going without me here. What in the world? Who pressed the sell button? Jeez Louise. I hope this market. Look at that. This is down, straight back. Yeah, wowzers. Yeah, top of the hour, but right back up. Yeah, red bug. No, definitely not the red bug. Was it you, Dolby? Was it you? I think that must have been done. Look at this. Good luck trading this, folks. It's not. I'm not even going to touch that. That was crazy. Jeez Louise. It's like everybody's right for 30 seconds at a time here. Don't go short. All right, we're going to go long. All right, don't go long. We're going to go short. Powell just stubbed his toe. Oh, goodness. Yeah, there's no news at the top of the hour that signifies that that's what we should have done. Although NVIDIA is dragging lower here. NVIDIA is trading 888s. Tesla just did something. Tesla just went off a cliff. So there you have it. Let's go to the 1 minute here. Look at this. Somebody sneezed on Tesla. Somebody said, so Tesla's driving this for some reason. No news on Tesla, but is there any contagion in the sector here looking? No. Nothing. Susquehanna raised their TSM price target, which is, good for chips. That was the only one that really, sailed down there was Tesla. Interesting. Looking over the S&Ps here, we are confidently below that weekly low, and this is probably where we're going to head to next. Get this on the chart there. There we go. So 52, 53 halves would be the target, and then followed by this little kerfuffleation right here. Right there. Whoops. I missed it. Good luck trading this, by the way. This is some nonsense noise right here. Look at Bookmap. This is crazy. This looks like the heartbeat of the market right here. Don't they report earnings today, Tesla? No. They did their delivery numbers yesterday, but I don't know anything about earnings. Their sales numbers? No, I thought they did deliveries yesterday. They're doing their sales numbers? I'm late to the party then. I thought they're delivering their orders numbers in yesterday's. Today? No. Am I completely off on this one? Rivian just reported their production. Was it preliminary yesterday? Boy, I'm way off. I could have sworn that they had their delivery numbers yesterday. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. See, this is why we have a great community. I could have sworn that yesterday. Okay, so it was China? Yes. Wait. Here you go. They're reporting their production. Let's watch Tesla. Below the already low estimate. So there you go. 433,000. Big miss. Big miss on Tesla. Oh, I don't even have the dang chart up. I'm sorry. Here's your Tesla. I'm sorry. I didn't even have the chart up. My bad. So yeah, big miss in their delivery numbers there. I don't know why my platform is just so screwy today. But yeah, I was totally wrong on that. I for some reason, I thought it was yesterday. Boy, oh boy. Okay, so Q1 deliveries at 386,000. The production is at 433,000. So lower on production, lower on deliveries. Thank you, everybody, for keeping me honest on that. I was totally wrong on that. So that somebody had a preview of the Tesla numbers early. That's why we had that strike down. So they released that at 8:04. I'm sorry, 9:04. Boy, I got to get it together here. So they released that data at 9:04, but we saw that flush at 9. So somebody had access to that data early and sold the pants off of it. Thank you, Jim and stuff. Thank you. Yeah, so there you go. Wow, market is bleeding. So there's no way that Tesla caused that that early dump, but Tesla caused that 9 a.m. dump for sure. Pelosi. Insider trading? No way. No, it's never happened. Oh my. Redbook was super hot. I mean, but again, Redbook really just doesn't move the market all that much. Anybody still short NQ here? Because we're at 316 now. Nicely done for those who are short. Trading with rips is inside trading, right? Yeah, there we are through that 319 halves level. Wow. What a beautiful fade this market has had. All right, so did we get up to our likes here? I want to start doing the giveaway if we have. We are at 627 likes. Oh my goodness. We got 1,700 people watching. Remember, folks, the goal was 1,200 likes. We get to 1,200 likes, we give away a free Tops Up Combine. I mean, if we can do it in the next 10 minutes, I'll try to. I'll give you 5 minutes, but I mean, let's be realistic. I don't think we're going to get 550 likes in 5 minutes. If we want to try, let's go for it. 1,200 likes is what we need, though. Rips just closed my short one from 1,300 to plus 35 on 3 contracts. Way to go, Pat. Nicely done. My XFAs are not dead. Way to go. And we are coming lower here. Still coming lower. S&Ps are just off a cliff. So what's that level we want to see over on the S&Ps here? We want to see this down at 52, 53 halves. That's what we'd really like to see. I don't know why I'm on the 1 minute there. But yeah, this is what we'd like to see. Coming down into that level and then potentially finding a little bit of a bounce there. Not with that attitude. And by the way, so there's 2 ways to support the stream, folks. We talked about this yesterday. You can either smash the like button. You can either smash the like button down below, or the other easiest way to do it is you just click this link. You don't have to purchase anything. You just click the link, you let the page load, and then you close the page. That's the other way you can support the stream. That's it. 2 ways that you can support the stream. Helps me out. And if you don't want to support the stream, that's cool too. I'm here every morning. It doesn't matter. I'm here every morning. I am ripped on Celsius today. No, we're drinking a Monster. This is a Monster this morning. I'm cheating on Celsius. They didn't offer me the sponsorship. Can you believe that? We need to get sponsored over here by Celsius. We are coming lower, looking for 300s now on the downside here. Ultra watermelon here. I love that. I love that. Buy the t-shirts. Yeah, support by buying the t-shirts. I'm going to get it to the point where I make $0 on the t-shirts, by the way. I'm still working on it. I'm going to get it to the point where it's like break even for me and then great deal for you folks. When do we get vlog content? I don't know. Hopefully soon. Peach vibe. There you go. Nice peach vibe. Well, yeah. So folks, I'm going to be on Top Step TV in about 15 minutes here. I'm trying to see if we can get those likes up. I mean, I really love to see it. I really love to do a nice little giveaway. But so since if we do not hit 1,200 likes today, we roll it over to tomorrow and we do 1,100 likes. If we get 1,100 likes tomorrow on Wednesday's stream, we're going to do a Top Step Combine giveaway. You don't want to miss that. So if we don't do it today, no big deal. We'll be back again tomorrow. It's not that big of a deal. Because when they see you advertising for free, why pay you? Well, now they're not going to see it. Would I sell a reject of the 318 level? Yeah, I mean, potentially. I don't like low liquidity right now. I'm not a big fan of this. And plus, I got to boot, scoot, and boogie over to Top Step TV, so I'm a little bit distracted. I'm happy with it. We're up $1,800 on pretty scalpy at price action where we were trading it. I have this order block drawn from the 4-hour chart all the way back to March 20th. What do I think? Let's see. I need a bigger picture than that, but I mean, it's probably valid if it's meeting all the criteria that we talk about for the order block. I would say that's probably valid. Is it this one? Could it be that one? Was it 273? No, it's not that one. But boy, oh boy, are we coming down. Straight down to 293. My goodness, what a beautiful short if you're just holding that. ES going to be down 100 points today. Hey, you never know. It very well could be. Right now, the NQ is down 1% and the S&Ps are down 0.75%. Unbelievable, right? Closed my short at 378. Yeah, I closed mine up there. Below 350s. 330s, that's where we're trading. Y'all going to do a promo for Top Step X today? I don't know. I don't actually have access to that information there. How often do we see stair stepping down? Often. Very much often. I mean, I'm actually surprised by how much downside move that we're getting here in the pre-market. I'm actually shocked by this, to be honest. Down 235, I was trading based on my plan, so I got that going for me. I journaled yesterday how my best trades were the first few hours after the market opened, thing to add some time limits to my trading. I like the transparency there, Luna. Very nice. GAD is still short from 27s. Nice. Looking down here at these 293s. See, this is another reason why it's going to be great to not do as many Top Step TV appearances, because right now I would like to be focused on the trade, but I have to go boot, scoot, and boogie over to Top Step TV. And I would have loved to be kind of more dialed in here on the trade. Congratulations to those folks who are still short here. Gorgeous move. Total net profit based on 3 combines. 4. We're trading 4 today. Here. Send this on over here. Right there. That's where we're at today. Right there. Those are 4 Top Step combines. I don't know why I keep copying 4, but for some reason, every time I load up my NinjaTrader, I forget to check and I'm copying 4. I don't know why it's set to 4. Catastrophic tech failure today. Got to laugh it off. I mean, it's great. It's fantastic as a trader, right? Made more money than Rips. Feel like I hope you do every single day. I hope that you make. I hope that everybody out there has amazingly strong green days. I never want to be in competition with you folks. Only if it brings us up together, right? Busted through that 4-hour trend line. Next support level I have is 291, which was previous resistance before this major move up. Yeah, I'm at 293 quarters for my support level, but boy, oh boy, this market doesn't have any. Microsoft's off a cliff here. Tesla, off a cliff. Google, off a cliff. Google's now trading where we're at basically the highs of March 18th, around that area. No XFA live trading today. Nope, not yet at least. This is the thing, though. I mean, kind of being disrupted and out of the pocket. It's like, it's tough to, I want to focus and trade this, but I can't. So, it is what it is. Just another day. Oh, God, hide your eyes, transparency. Clubhouse, I don't know why, but I mean, I do know why. We have quality people in there, but we're all transparent. I mean, we treat each other like adults, and it's like we have very open discussions in there. It's nice. I don't see that in a lot of communities, or I didn't, at least, when I was in other communities years and years ago. I never really saw transparency. It was just all about like rah, 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 This is like everybody's just open and honest there. YouTube doesn't want the giveaway, start the party at Maybe we'll do that later. Yeah, we are coming down here. I mean, tremendously strong. That's the bullish order block that we have all the way back from, this is Wednesday, the 20th of March. So is that where we're going to bounce from? Let's see. Let's see if that's the big old bounce area. But by golly, did I miss some juice this morning. Some delicious, delicious juice on this fade. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for me here, folks, on YouTube. If you're watching this stream at a later time, one of the other things you can do to help me is just leave a comment on the video, even if it's just emoji. Just drop a thumbs up emoji, or if you hated the stream, thumbs down emoji. You can write like this. This was the worst stream I've ever seen in my entire life. Thumbs down. Just like that. But if you did appreciate it, just drop an emoji when you're watching this at a later time. Come back and comment on the video. I really do appreciate it. It does help out a lot. Folks, I'll see you over on Top Step TV. Folks in Discord, don't go anywhere. And folks on YouTube, if I don't see you on Top Step TV, let me drop the stream link. If I don't see you over on Top Step TV, I'll see you here tomorrow, bright and early at 8 a.m. Eastern time. And let's go ahead and do a little rip trade here in the Top Step TV chat. I'll see you folks over there. Good luck today. Trade safely, trade smart. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do. And have fun today. All right, folks? Take care, and I'll see you over there.